studio. We continue to broadcast live from the Barrio Queen here at the Desert Ridge Marketplace. It is Taco Tuesday, and also it is El Bandito Yankee Tequila Tuesday as well. So Bobby Mack is our guest. Bobby, at practice, the pads were popping, the dirt was flying, the sweat is being thrown all over the place. All right, tell us all about it, because Manuch is really excited to hear this.
Did they use the pads?
Yeah, that's what he wants to know.
Did they actually use the pads?
Yeah, finally they did. They could have started yesterday, but they only had shells on. And like a lot of things, they push things back and aren't taking advantage of every single day they have. But it was fun to see that today. You couldn't hear it as much as we would have liked to upstairs behind the glass in the press box. But if you go down the field, you certainly can hear, see it, and experience. But it was good to see. And as well as some of them look, they got a lot of work to do.
And Bobby, in reference to, just about 20 minutes, you reported that Cardinals made upgrades to the turf.
Yeah.
Indoor practice bubble. You get a little better lighting. Nobody sliding around out there on those practice turf, right?
Yeah, but they won't play the Super Bowl inside that little tiny thing. I'll tell you that.
Good call, Bobby.
You talk about tempo, and it seems like accountability is the buzzword there for the Cardinals. John Gannon's got these fines if you're 3 minutes later, this, that, and the other. It sounds as though the new sheriff is in town, and sounds like at least the guys are adhering to the new rules that are benefiting them.
Yeah, not only that, guys, it's everybody's on board with it.
Yeah.
Nobody's rolling their eyes and saying, "Oh God, we got a high school coach in here." No, I mean this is professionalism, and Gannon, in many respects, in a good way, I might add, is downplaying some of that because, hey, man, this is the NFL. We shouldn't have to have these rules in place. You should already know this crap. Mm-hmm. And he's said some of that, including some of that today. Like, this is not about rules; it's about doing what you're supposed to do. And yeah, I got some interesting comments from the story I wrote about that last week from guys like, "Oh wow, geez, being on time, wearing the right Cardinal gear to a meeting instead of your college team or some music shirt or something. Sounds like real hard life." I mean, look, if you're going to let guys slide, they're going to take advantage of it. This guy's not letting anything slide. I think that's wise, and it starts to top with Monti. I'm not saying Michael, but Monti's kind of started this, and Gannon's taking it to a whole new level, and everybody's on board with it. They like it.
Well, that's good. That's good. That is good. Did anything stand out to you today that you could fill us in on?
Yeah, it was raining on my way out of there today, so that was new, and I'm happy to report that.
Okay.
Beautiful out right now. The temperature's down. No, I liked seeing Will Hernandez tear up D linemen today, and I thought Paris Johnson had a fantastic day. Took care of Zabin and some other guys, and threw them around. I heard Vandenbosch talking about it. He's right, man. He's got a long way to go, but this guy's a stud. I mean, you look at his college film, you watch him bowl people over and tackle them 20, 30 yards downfield like Michael Orr in The Blind Side.
Oh, yeah,
that's what this cat is, man. He's fun to watch. You're going to love him. He's going to start at right tackle. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, and the one thing that Kyle mentioned is the athleticism, and got it 6'7", 6'8", 320.
Yep.
To hear that big and that athletic, it almost seems like an oxymoron, but I've been watching a lot of the highlights and tapes. I'm like, damn, and I don't know if he's that good or Zaven Collins is just struggling that much when you watch him.
He's doing that to other guys too, including Cam Thomas and anybody else they want to try there. And I agree with Kyle as well. I mean, good luck on finding any sacks from anybody in particular. I mean, somebody's going to have to just jump out of their shoes to have a recognizably good year when it comes to sacks, pressures, and TFL. I don't know where they're going to get it from. I'm hoping that their strength and numbers and youth and encouragement and all that, but let's face it, 2023 is going to be a disaster, and we really ought to be thinking about 2024 already in many respects. I don't want to go that far ahead, but I'll say this. We got to talk to the GM today, and Monti Ossenfort. I asked him specifically, there's been so much speculation already about with the picks you stockpiled, and especially the 2 first-rounders that are expected to be fairly high, if not one and number 2 overall. what's that process of difficult decision making going to be like? When does it start? Who's got to watch their butt? And he basically did say, "Oh, it's only Tuesday. That's far ahead." Yeah, we're already working on it. And when someone asked to follow up, I mean, he said more than that, but someone asked to follow up like this, and I asked about, does that include like possibly thinking about a change at quarterback? Because you never want to say no. You never want to keep your options off the table. And Kyler's name was mentioned. And to that reporter's question, following up my question, I applaud him. And Monti said, yeah, K1's got to prove it. Everybody in this organization's got to prove it. Nobody's safe here. Sure. And if we got to make hard decisions, but with our future, we're going to do it, and we're going to exhaust every single detail. And he answered it like a real pro, and I was so happy to hear him not run away from the questions. That to me is a man, and it's the right guy at the helm. If you're going to answer those questions directly, honestly as you can, even though we're a million miles from those moments from happening, they're very real. And he stood up and answered it like a man, and I salute him for that. And I think everybody else should too.
That's interesting that question was broached, and by the way that he did have that. How much, Bob, can you kind of like explain a little bit as far as what the quarterbacking setup is right now? We know it's going to be Colt McCoy, but then after that, It's kind of a crapshoot. Have you been able to determine anything else among the QBs?
Yeah, Clayton Tune, the rookie, is going to be the backup to Colt McCoy, in my opinion.
Wow.
I mean, he's been running with the twos the whole time so far. And outside of a bad throw here and there, or a bad choice, or an interception, he still looks like the better of the other guys. Not to say that David Blau or Jeff Driscoll can't get a shot. They'll all get playing time in preseason. But keep your eyes on Clayton Tune, number 15, out of the University of, Houston? Yeah. Air raid kind of offense. He's more like a Kyler in that he's mobile and still has a hell of an arm, and he's cocky and he's confident. Ossenfort, again, I was asked about him, and he praised him up and down and all the extra work that this kid's been putting in. So, my opinion, you're looking at Colt, and if Colt struggles or has any kind of injury problem, Clayton Tune's going to be starting for this team.
Yeah, it sounds as though there's, as far as picking the offense up and getting in sync with the offense, sounds like Colt has struggled like any new offense until you become comfortable with it. My question for you, Bob, is the depth at this offensive line, and if you're going to emphasize that running,
good. I like it,
and emphasize that coming downhill, will they have that depth if they're going to be emphasizing that running game the entire year?
There's no doubt. The offensive line has the most depth at any position on this team, and it by far outweighs any other position on this team. I love the depth there. You've got basically at least 4 other starters you could plug in at any second and not lose a beat by it.
You there, Bob?
Still there?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead, pal. Go ahead.
I floored you. I love that depth. It's the strongest on the team, and look, if you're going to be strong somewhere, it may as well be on the O-line, especially with this switch to a power running defense and some zone or off running game and zone running game. And you can't have that without that. And I was talking to the running backs yesterday, and it was Corey Clement called the O-line a vicious group of O-linemen. He goes, we love running behind these guys. They're going to be in the right spots. It's going to make us flourish, but they're vicious, and they are. Those guys, they got a lot of mean streaks to them. Will Hernandez especially, but don't mess with DJ. He'll joke around with you, but also knock your head off.
Uh-huh.
And Paris is showing it too. And I like Wilkinson. He's a huge, big dude at left guard. I've got questions at center, but look, Yaldi Furholt's doing a pretty damn good job. And you brought in Pat Elflein. But you got Josh Jones and you got Kelvin Beachum as swing tackles. Good Lord. A lot of young guys behind them at guard interior. They're going to be fine.
All right, you got about 1 minute left here. Was there an Isaiah Simmons sighting by you?
Yeah, every day. He's doing something. He's learning it. Well, I don't know what he's doing, but he's doing it. He's playing way deep and like they're almost hiding him. I don't know what position that's going to be called, but it's a strange setup. I don't know what to make of number 9's immediate future here. I just got a feeling it's probably going to lend him to go somewhere else after the season. But whatever he does this year, and I wish him luck because he's always been an upfront guy. He's an amiable dude.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's the latest in the line of Dayon Buchanan, Hassan Reddick. By the time they figure it out, it's too late. He's gone.
Wow.
So we'll see. I love the guy. The skills are off the charts. The size and the speed are crazy good. I just don't know what playing him at deep safety is going to accomplish. I don't. He's too big, and I don't know. Hey, I'm watching that every day, along with a million other things. But that's on my bucket list to determine what the hell is he going to play really.